Hey, fair warning, I wrote like half of this script like 3 months before Chex Quest HD came out. Also, I had to rush refilm that opening because I messed up the joke. Don't you just hate product placements? I mean, I don't really mind them unless the whole point is to be an ad, and then I hate it. Sorry, I was eating my favorite chips. So, just like plain product placements in video games are one thing. But there's one thing we don't see that much anymore, and those are video games that are nothing but product placements. Presumably because video game production being much more expensive and difficult now. And games have a higher bar of quality than they did back in the day. So, let's see what some of those games were like. Yep, they're terrible. And most of those were made from good products, and cost money. Which makes today's game seem very scary. Chex Quest was released in 1996 for the PC and cost about $6 in 2020 money. And it came with a free box of cereal. Wait a minute. Chex Quest was released in 1996 for PC and was free and came inside a box of cereal. But let's face it, the way I said it was probably more accurate because who eats this stuff? I need names. Well, let's stop stalling and play the game. Yep, this is Doom. One thing to say before we actually start playing is that I don't own the original disc because it doesn't work on anything past like Windows 95, so we won't be able to see the amazing CGI cutscene explaining the plot of the game. Though, that may be a good thing because the animation looks like Rap City Street Kids. Okay, that's a bit harsh. The fact that the game even has an animated intro is impressive. Neither Doom 1 or 2 had any cutscenes at all. And this game had a really tiny budget. So basically the plot is, like, I think a volcano exploded on this planet called Bazoink, and on the chunks of, like, asteroid or something, there was these eggs that when exposed to nutritional substances hatch into these slime aliens called phlemoids. And the phlemoids have taken over the planet Bazoink and taken the Chex people hostage, so they decided to send the Chex man in to save the day. And on his way out, he decides to do 3 barrel rolls, just to show off. Also, this has nothing to do with the game, but is that like a cornflake back there? Gee, that's definitely not annoying at all. So the first level of Chex Quest starts you off with a Zorger, basically the handgun from Doom. And yes, like everyone in the world has already stated, it looks like a TV remote. But it also starts you off with a spoon, which is basically the fist. So if you're not educated in the Chex Quest lore, you would assume that you are killing the phlemoids, but you're not. The Zorcher only teleports the phlemoids back to their home dimension. But what if you use the spoon? That must kill them, right? Nope. As the rabbit in Secret Life of Pets would say,
you can't hurt someone with a spoon, you scoop with a spoon.
Yes, the spoon also somehow Zorches the phlemoids. Oh, hey man. Whoa, where the heck am I? I guess it does work. There's not much more to say here. It's a family-friendly version of Doom. Like, each weapon is a clone of a weapon from Doom. My 2 favorite weapons are this game's version of the plasma gun, and, just because it's hilarious, the electric sport. Basically, the chainsaw. I didn't choose this game's version of the shotgun because it just doesn't feel the same. It's not as satisfying. Probably because it's still a remote where you just push a button instead of pulling the trigger. So it's just not as satisfying. And since you're teleporting enemies away, there's no enemy corpses spread across the level. But, you know, family friendly. The first type of phlemoid in this game kinda looks like Slimer mated with those things from that one Muppet song, which must never be named. So, overall, it's a still good, but less satisfying version of Doom. This maze still sucks, though. Ah, yes, it is well known that Chex people have the ability to walk through air vent covers. Who does he think he is, Gooigi? Okay, the final level. It's fine, just really annoying. This part sucks, though. You can't hit the enemies below you, but they can still hit you. That's not fair. Also, pro tip. Go down that tunnel last. That way you won't waste the anti-slime suit. The final boss is the Wallace Slime. Basically, an evil version of the fungus from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's like the Icon of Sin fight in Doom 2, but take away the narrow time where it's actually possible to hit the weak spot, and make the whole boss the weak spot. So once you defeat the boss, you rescue the trapped Chex people and beat the game with a wall of text. Now, a year after this game came out, they released Chex Quest 2, and it was a free download on their website. And it's more of the same. This time the story is the Flemoids that followed you back to your homeworld, and now you gotta stop them. I actually think I like the second game more because I think the levels look more interesting. The one odd thing in the first level is this guy. I don't really know what's up with him. I like the part in the second level where you get to shoot up the Chex Theater. Wait, that's not what I meant! I really like the parody movie posters and parody arcade cabinets in the cinema level, and also the parody art in the museum level. The last level of this one really sucks though. It took me the same amount to beat this level as it took me to play the rest of the game. And all because I couldn't see the door here because it was too dark. And every hallway looks the same. And the final boss is just a gauntlet of enemies with two really big ones. But we're still not done, because about a decade later, they released Chex Quest 3! Is it just me, or is Chex Man looking a bit thick? This time, taking the fight straight back to the Flemoids. And this time, the levels are bigger, and, at least to me, much harder as well. Or I just suck. And that's it! Chex Quest is probably the best food tie-in game ever made, and it's really up to you which one of the games you think is the best.
Chex Quest is back!
Whoa, Chex Quest is back? No, cat, no. Whoa, Chex Quest is back?
Still free!
And it's still free?
Now with multiplayer.
And there's multiplayer? I gotta download this game. So this game is no longer an advertisement for Chex cereal, but instead an ad for Chex Mix. So this game opens with a better animated opening, but it still looks cheap. What, you couldn't at least draw her with her mouth open while she's talking? Heh, check it out. This guy's name is General Mills. That's a nice touch, I like that. Anyway, it's exactly the same story as the first Chex Quest game. And, oh my god, it looks so cheap. Well, I can't act like the original Chex Quest didn't look cheap. Like, who needs this much blue? But the resolution kinda hid that, and here, some of the environments look really nice. But the characters look like McDonald's toys. I mean, look at this! Why did they make the minigun Zorcher look so tiny? It looks so stupid. Also, an odd thing is, this game just gives you the BFG Zorcher in the third level, even though in the original, it was only available in a secret room in the second level. One neat thing is that the main character talks throughout the levels, and it's actually not as annoying as it sounds.
Now that's a nice looking ship. Almost as nice as mine.
I actually think the dialogue is kind of funny. Also, I didn't realize that these screens here were giving me lore hints until the game was over. And I'm not really sure what to classify this game as. It's called Chex Quest HD, and it has the same plot and level settings, but the level layouts are completely different. So I guess it's a new game, but then why is it called Chex Quest HD? It's also much tougher than the original game. So I find myself running out of ammo a lot. And I can't beat the last level. Especially since every time you die, you have to play the whole level again. And yes, the original version did this too, but there you could save mid-level if you wanted. Anyway, another neat thing this game adds is multiple characters, which must be unlocked with codes that can be found via bags of Chex Mix, which I don't have. Well, I could just find the codes online, but where's the fun in that? Well, I guess I'll have to go buy some then. Well, see ya. So in total, there is 6 characters. There's Fred Chexter, the one the game gives you right out the gate. There's Whitney Chexworth. There's Dr. O'Rian. And then there's Shane. Then there's NACL96, and Pretzel. And out of all of them, I was only able to get 2 bags, Whitney Checksworth and Dr. Orion. But they all play the same. The only difference is the opening cutscene and the voice acting in the levels.
Such a dismal planet. I would prefer not to linger here.
But I'll give them this, they all have unique personalities, but they're all pointless, except in the multiplayer mode, which is only unlocked after you've unlocked one other character, which I have done. Now, all I need is just someone else to play with. Well, I guess I can't try out the multiplayer mode, so I may as well go to the final thoughts. Do I think Chex Quest HD is better than the original games? No. But it's not a bad game, and it's free, so it gets a pass. But I'd still rather play the original games, specifically with the GZ Doom source port, so you can play it with the best quality and the Brutal Doom mod.
Yes, blood and guts everywhere.